Hello students, we go with the chapter 7 control and coordination. We go with the human nervous system. Neuron, talk about neuron, is a structural and functional unit of the nervous system. It has three distinct regions. Cell body, also known as cyton, which contains a nucleus and other cell organelles. The cytoplasm also has prominent Nissels granules as a large granule body which has rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is responsible for the synthesis of protein which flow along the dendrites and the axon and replace the proteins which are broken down during the activity. Dendrites. They are fine branches that bring the impulse towards the cell body. Axon, the long process that conducts nerve impulse away from the cell body. It has a terminal end fiber with swollen knobs where impulse is converted into chemical signal. Synapse. It is a functional junction between each neuron. Now, how the information is transferred. The information acquired at the end of the dendrite tip of the nerve cell sets off a chemical reaction that creates an electrical impulse which travels from dendrite to cell body axon through the axon. At the end of the axon, the electrical impulse sets off the release of some chemicals which crosses the gap called synapse and starts the impulse in the dendrite of the next neuron. Then the impulse reaches the effector organs like glands and muscles. Now we go to the vertebrate nervous system. It consists of two main components. The central nervous system, also known as CNS, which includes the brain and the spinal cord. And the other one, the peripheral nervous system, PNS. It includes the cranial, spinal and visceral nerves that bring about communication between the central nervous system and other parts of the body. Reflex action is an involuntary response to external stimuli without the knowledge of voluntary center, that is the brain. Or we can also define it as it is a spontaneous, involuntary and unconscious response to stimulus. Reflex arc. It is a connection between the input sensory nerve and the output motor nerve along with the spinal cord. That is, a message from the receptor is relayed by sensory nerves to the spinal cord, which sends the information for response in a motor nerve to the effector, for example, the hand touching the hot object. Now, flow chart of the spinal reflex. We have the stimulus, that is heat. Supposing we touch a hot object. The receptor organ through the sensory nerves takes it to the spinal cord. From the spinal cord, the sensory nerves passes the message to the motor nerve. From the motor nerve, it goes to the effector organ and it responses to the main organ, that is withdrawal of the hand. It is a path of reflex action which consists of receptor, sensory neuron, relay neurons and motor neurons connected to the effector organ. Now the central nervous system. It consists of brain and spinal cord. Brain is the main coordinating center of the body. It is protected by cranium, a bony box in the skull. It is covered by three membranes. The space between the membrane is called meninges. There is a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid that protects the brain from mechanical shocks. Brain is divided into three regions: forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain. Forebrain. It is the main thinking and the largest part of the brain. It includes cerebrum and olfactory lobes. It consists of two cerebral hemispheres. It has three main areas: sensory area, which receives impulse from sense organs via receptors. Motor area sends impulse to various organs or muscles and controls the voluntary movements. Association area. which is associated with reasoning, learning, and intelligence. Each cerebral hemisphere is divided into lobes, that is the occipital lobe, visual reception, temporal lobe, auditory reception, and parietal lobe, touch, smell, temperature, and conscious association. Frontal lobe, muscular activities. Midbrain connects the forebrain and the hindbrain. It is a center for visual and auditory reflexes. Hindbrain. It consists of three centers. Cerebellum controls the coordinate muscular movements, maintaining body posture and equilibrium. Pons acts as a bridge, carries all sensory and motor neurons between brain and spinal cord. Medulla oblongata controls involuntary actions, including blood pressure, salivation, and vomiting. Spinal cord. It is a tubular structure extending downwards from the medulla oblongata. It is protected in a hard skeletal structure called vertebral column or the backbone. In the center of the spinal cord, there is a narrow canal which is the cerebrospinal fluid present in it. Autonomic nervous system. It consists of the peripheral nerves that controls and coordinates the activities of internal organs like heart, lungs, kidneys, etc. It is involuntary in function. Divided into two parts, that is parasympathetic system and sympathetic system. Organs receive nerves from both these systems. They have opposite effect on the organs. One is inhibitory, the other is stimulating. Inhibitory means the preventing a process. It helps the body to adjust and maintain the state rapidly. Now, how does the nervous tissue cause action? The nervous tissue collects information, sends it around the body, processes information, makes decisions based on information, and conveys it to the muscles for action. Main action. When a nerve impulse reaches the muscle fiber must move. Therefore, how does the muscle cell move? At the cellular level, that particular muscle will move by changing the shape so that they shorten. The muscle cell has special proteins that change both their shape and their arrangement in the cell in response to the nervous electrical impulse. Therefore, new arrangement of these proteins gives the muscle cells a shorter form. Thank you.